Special for something so vain, the people you follow got you feeling lame, dang. Remember I told you to stay in your lane, run with the elephants up in my zone, and you are a shocker, not talking the name, not talking the name.
I had a chance to listen to the mixtape. It was a bit of a surprise for each song that came up, and I feel like that's like a good thing, because I was expecting like one feel, and then every track that played gave me a different feel, and I was like, what? And I think I would define him as a style bender, in a sense, because you know what, like he keeps on reinventing himself from song to song. I also like the fact that the feel of the songs are different. I kind of heard a little bit of house, which I was not expecting. I heard some hip hop in different types, with different types of themes. Like there was a little bit of trap. There was also like the hardcore hip hop from back in the day as well. So it's a pretty interesting project from that side of things. The other thing is that in terms of content, it was also very varied, right? Like I listen to a lot of people always trying to battle rap and everything. I feel like he's got something to say, and for me, that's refreshing.
For the most part, people know me as a spoken word artist, a poet. But I started out as a rapper, and only artists know that, oh yeah, he's a rapper, you know? And this was sort of like me trying to reintroduce that side. I tried the first time, you know, and that EP did really well. Well, both EPs back to back did really well. But it feels like I'm still like reintroducing myself as a rapper to people. And then now I incorporated a bit of singing. I'm not your, you know, Tio or Abel Chungu, but mans can belt a note here and there, you know what I'm saying, with the help of autotune.
But mixtapes, I've noticed have changed over the years, and mixtapes are becoming like albums. Like people put as much effort trying to release the mixtapes as they release an album. Way before, mixtapes were just dropped and people would find a way to find them.
It was important for me to do a mixtape like Balance, because musically I was coming from off an EP, and I felt like before I give people an album, I think let me give them a mixtape to sort of like show them where I am now in terms of like sonically, like what sounds am I playing with, what kind of stories do I want to tell that I may not tell on my album. So that's why it was important for me to do such a project. Also, I kind of wanted to speak to university students, like people who are trying to strike a balance with purpose and duty, if I may put it that way.
That's not even a rhyme, but well, from the perspective of a sound engineer, when I look at balance, it's more the idea with basically everything, like I said before, everything being as it should be. It's the idea of also every single element that's in the song needs to work well together. Nothing should overpower everything else, but it's also just the idea that all the important elements are in the place that they should be. The stuff that's supposed to be supporting should also be in that particular, it should be in its particular place. So it's having all of those things working well together, and you achieve a good balance, no pun intended. Yeah, it was around June of 2020 when we got back into contact with each other, and he actually asked me to get involved in the project. So at the time, he had already recorded, the majority of the songs. And so the rest of the process was still recording a lot of, basically I think the later half of his project.
Because I put so much of my heart and soul into it, I love almost every track. I really do. The ones I hate are not on the tape. Well, also, the ones I really loved did not make it to the tape, because I did over 40 songs. 40. And it only has 14. So after all the executives sat down with me in the room and I started playing them 3 hours worth of content, they They sat there and told me, that is rubbish, skip. That is rubbish, skip. Okay, that one has hope. We're keeping that one. We're keeping that one. That is rubbish, skip. And you know, it's painful being told to your face that something you worked hard on is rubbish. It's really painful, but it's the blow by blow that makes us who we are. And I don't think we would be, or we would amount to anything without the people around us who are not afraid to tell us the truth.
My role in the project was minimal because Dexter is just so, he has such an innate understanding of what it is he wants to accomplish that it was really just a touchstone and a touching point at key moments through it. But he knows what he wants, and you get it.
It's not just music for turning up to, for lack of a better term, but it's something that I think is more, there is a lot to relate to. He explores very different sides to himself as well in the project. It's not, I don't think it's something that people have heard from Dexter before. So it goes into more than just witty punchlines and trying to make good music or just good songs. It's also something that is a very personal project for him. And I think it lets the listener get to know him a lot better.
When you're an artist, you have this perfectionist nature about you where you put out music or you do music that you're yet to put out, and you don't necessarily know how it'll be received, so you play it for other artists.
There's a song I heard on the project where there's no chorus and he's freestyling, or rather he performs the verse for about 3 minutes.
Excoriated, prolific, and exorcism just lifted, I levitated a mission. Elevate from your prison and realize that the victim mentality is a fallacy. Fallacy, you act in it and use a legend, self-proclaiming your God dead. But your problems, humilities are far rare.
And very few people can achieve that. He's pretty high up there, IQ-wise. Yeah.
Some of the challenges that came with working on this tape: skipping studio days because you broke. Now you gotta hustle, make that money so that you could go to the studio, which people seem not to understand. They think as artists we just wake up and song idea, record, hey, the hit is out. It takes months. I've been working on this Balance project for 2 years. You know, majority of it was recorded during COVID, and I'm happy about that because I had more time. I had more time to be the perfectionist. You know, my studio session hours increased from 2 hours to 5 hours.
I think people should listen to Destro's mixtape because I feel like there's a generation of Zambians, young Zambians, that are doing things that the last generation wasn't doing. And I feel like he's part of the cream of that. So if you don't get to listen to him right now, you'll be told about it eventually. But just get into it right now because I feel like there's a move. There's a move to a different place right now, and something special is happening right now. And his mixtape is definitely something to listen to. It's something special.
It's a worthwhile project to sit and listen to. There'll be a lot to find that you can actually see from a different perspective and understand that you're not alone when it actually comes to dealing with the different things in life and like just trying to find balance.
An artist's greatest weapon is their point of view. And one thing that Destro has never shied from is having a very, very defined and distinct point of view. And I mean, the production is gorgeous, the lyrics, this is the best work he's done in his entire career. It was phenomenal listening to the songs, you know, over the past months, and his dedication to his craft. It's a gift, it's a joy, you know, and it's art that builds, that uplifts, you know, and the world needs more of that, you see, because division is easy. Being controversial is easy. Building something is difficult. And it feels when you watch, and well, like when I got to watch him in his process, and when you get to see what he's created, I feel you get an experience of something being built, something great.
A lot of stuff is happening between then and now. I'm looking for a caption. I hope it's not too loud. I'm looking at the people, the ones I call my friends. Balance isn't equal. I have to lose again.
Balance is something we're always striving to achieve. We never really get there because, you know, there are a lot of things that happen in life. And so sometimes we'd want to do one thing and another thing comes your way. And so blocks your wanting to be balanced in life. And so every other day that we grow towards achieving balance.
So if you achieve perfect balance, that would mean your work is at an optimum, your love is at an optimum, and then also your play is at an optimum. So the odds of that happening are really, really unlikely. So it's like aiming for the point of the tip of a needle.
Is balance something that you can achieve? I don't think so. And I don't think balance was meant to be achieved. It's just a game that dark and light plays, or cold and hot plays, or fun and boring plays. Like there's no real balance. But it's something to want to achieve, but it does not exist.
I think balance is attainable. It's challenging, but attainable.
From my personal experience, balance is always a moving target. It's always a shifting goalpost. It's never something that you can just say you set it and forget it.
So achieving perfect balance is that tip of the needle, and it might be very difficult to achieve it, but anyone that gets close to achieving balance would have really achieved balance by in many regards.
It's not easy, but I don't think it's impossible.
He's a man becoming, and it's a beautiful thing to see, that sincerity, that openness. And you know, as artists, we get to feel, you know, and maybe through what we do, we help you feel and process your own feelings and find your own balance. So that is the eternal quest. Shall we ever achieve it? Only God knows.
Dexter definitely has been able to master the art of balance. It wasn't easy, but he's definitely grown in that aspect. He's just taken on a new role. Now he's acting, and he's still doing other things like being a voiceover artist and rapping, and now he's singing more in his music.
I think he does strive to actually achieve balance in his life. It's not always the most perfect thing per se, but to a large extent, I think he's got a lot of things somewhat down.
At this stage of his life, I can say he is a stable person. He knows what it is that he wants to do and how to go for it, and which areas of his life need to be managed in order for him to achieve what he wants to do.
I do believe he has achieved balance in life.
Dexter, he's still getting there, honestly. He's still getting there.
I still think he still needs some time as a mother.
He's found his peace in his music. He's found his peace in art and entertainment. And because he's found it there, the guy's got it. He has attained balance.
He's very close to balance, right? I think it's a different question if you say, is he doing the right thing right now? And is it something that I feel like people are going to appreciate, and I feel like he's going to be proud of when he wakes up like 10 years from now? I feel totally, but like I said before, I don't believe that you can achieve balance.
There's no such thing as balance. I'm gonna say it right now. I'm gonna tell it to your face right now. There is no such thing as balance, because I believe if we could achieve balance, then it's no fun. It's no fun anymore.
It is the great quest of mankind to attain that, and you see it in the world that we live in. Division, hate. The world needs balance. The world needs artists who have things to say that can bring us together. The world needs Destro.
Toughest battles for the strongest soldiers. A song for the real ones. Applause for the freedom. Cause for the season. For this one reason, we made it here.
Toughest battles for the strongest soldiers. A song for the real ones, yeah. Sing it with me now. Let's go. Applause for the freedom. Cause for the season.
Cause for the freedom. Oh, come on, man. Anyway, not to grudge.